So what's up, snitches? Welcome back to another episode of We Want Gossip with Meredith and Steph. We are back this week to recap the most recent episode of The Bachelor.
And then for Gossip of the Week, we are going to talk about the Kylie, Selena, Hailey drama, and then we're also going to touch on the Mahomes. Let's get into it. Can we acknowledge the fact that we don't have the laptop here this week, ladies?
And we're drinking water. But for Bachelor.
Okay, so we got a lot of topics this week that we want to touch on. First of all, Greer coming back. And then the whole mentalist date. And then Kat going home and how that all panned out, as well as Brooklyn. Whew!
Yeah, a lot of movement this episode.
So I guess we could kick it off with Greer.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Did she seriously fly all the way?
No, yeah.
Where are they at again?
Budapest.
Okay. And she thought she was coming to rekindle. And she goes to meet up with Zach, and nope, in 2 seconds sends her home. So what was the point? I don't know who was in her ear saying at least you'll get maybe airtime, or telling her he wants to rekindle, there's hope, get on that flight.
Yeah.
Because I would be devastated of the fact of that. I'm all the way here. Had all these nerves pent up. I've missed multiple weeks because of COVID. He had COVID.
Not a short flight.
No.
I would be pissed about the flight alone.
I'd be pissed about a 3-hour flight.
Yeah.
I had to go through the airport. I had to sit in that seat. The knees were blowing.
Yeah. I'm getting screamed at by TSA.
Yeah.
It's like, and then they're not flying her first class either.
No.
She's sitting economy. If not, just regular standard.
And I hope she didn't unpack.
No.
Turn right back around and head back to the airport.
What a waste.
I know.
And it's like, I get it because it's only been 6 days, which it seems like it's been months.
Yeah.
But it's been 6 days. So it's like, for her, I guess I could see like, wow, not that much could have transpired. But in Bachelor time, yes, it can.
Yeah. And especially when he's already.
And she was already not even like a front runner.
No.
And
she was going to get the boot anyways.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I feel bad for her because she didn't get that first impression rose, and like...
Well, it's like the first impression rose can be a curse.
Yeah.
Think about Abigail and Matt. It's like she made it all the way to the end and was like, am I ever going to get a date? Hello?
Yeah, totally.
So it's like, it's not always a good thing that you
and
get
it kind of
impression.
puts like daggers on, or like all eyes on you that first night with all the girls too. You almost have like this thing you have to like keep proving to everybody that like, that connection was like right, that he made that choice to pick you.
Yes.
Moving on.
So next up, the mentalist date.
Yeah.
First off,
they must have teed up to that mentalist. Here's everybody's like wounds and like how to get them to like the certain words to use to like.
That date was very weird.
I'd be like, you don't know me, sir.
Well, first off, it's like, I think back to the date that was kind of structured like this, where it's like a date designed to share, things that are hard to talk about. Like, I think of the date that Michelle had, remember, and Riley and all the guys, like, literally, it was just like, mwah, chef's kiss. But it's like, they were allowed to share it in their own way. Remember, they drew a picture or something, and then they were able to convey what that meant to them, where I go, this is like, you're setting me up.
I feel like I'm on a lie detector.
Yeah. And, like, how uncomfortable it was, and I'm just like, I literally love Gabby so much. I
know.
When she goes, the glass house, or whatever. The glass box. And it's like, people see right through you. And she goes, perfect.
Perfect. Yeah. I should have said a metal box.
Yeah,
like,
a steel trap.
Yeah.
So, that was weird. I love Ariel to pieces.
I know.
I wish she was the next Bachelorette. Like, I don't know if she would be able to fully deliver, but, like, she is the epitome of cool girl.
For sure.
Funny, drop dead gorgeous. Her giving pretty woman on the group date with the red dress and the diamond necklace. I go,
she's a 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And she's Ukrainian.
I know.
It's just like, yes,
and she's totally been, what do they call it? Like the...
Underdog.
Underdog, yes, but like the silent killer, or like the silent threat. Like,
absolutely. She's the one that like snuck up from behind that nobody was expecting.
Yeah, totally.
So really liked her.
Yep.
Then let's move into the charity piece. Really emotional.
Yeah. I feel like she got too hard on herself about it. I don't think it was...
They all walked away from that date being like, oh my God.
Yeah, and it's like, it's something that she hasn't already said to him, right?
No,
one-on-one. So
he
like,
knows.
Yeah, I think maybe we missed something. I don't know, but I'd be like, this dude doesn't even know me. Fuck off.
Literally.
Like, you can say what you want. This is a magic trick. Like, It's
just like, it was so weird. And then to cap it all off with Kat. And it's just like,
even her first response when he first asked her, like, do you want him to meet your family or whatever? And she goes, I think so.
Well, she said yes right away. But then, because there was all that silence. And then he's just intently looking at her. And then it's like, I think so. And then with Kat, you know, it's like, I think she was just really stressed out. And the thing is I'm with her, actually. Like, when she's crying to the camera and being like, why, like, am I being, like, crucified for being real? Like, why am I, like...
Yeah.
What?
For wanting to leave at some point during it or whatever was one of the questions. And it's like, everyone here has. Like, it's not personal. It's like, this is a really high-stress thing. I'm away from my family. I'm away from my normal comforts. Things haven't gone as planned. Like,
it's like, I thought you really liked me, but now I'm watching you choose everyone else around me. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, she was so upset about the Brooklyn date. I knew from the second her name was called, this was a go-home date.
Yep.
Did you too?
Yeah.
I was like, he's giving her this one-on-one so that he can send her home and not have to do it in front of everybody.
I know.
And I bet he would have done that with Kat if he knew that was where it was going to go. You know? It's like, I think he was trying to be nice about it. But yeah, she took it really personally. Like, you didn't choose me. I'm not chosen.
Yeah. It's just, I just, something about her, like, there's still, like, a persona going on or something, you know, which I understand. You're literally on TV. Like, I would have a persona too or something, you know?
And she was
but I just can't click with it.
Yeah, she was just so aware of how her words were going to be misconstrued. And she knew it from the moment they left her mouth, that she kept bringing it up, and it was completely true.
Yeah.
It's like, Zach right now is Mr. Here for the right reasons. You know, it's like, are you here for me till the end?
Yeah,
I'm the Bachelor.
Slip up with, like, just your wording one time, like, the point could be correct, but, like, the wording slips up, and it's almost like Zach, like, has a veil that goes over him, and it's just like, there's no pulling yourself back up out of that, like, to where he's just immediately, like, stone cold kind of, like, or dismissive.
Yes.
Of, like, you can't really explain this to me any other way. I heard what I heard.
Exactly. Like, because when Zach confronts Kat about it, you know, one thing that Zach does is he literally jumps to conclusions so fast when in this position.
That's what I was trying. That's a good point.
Yeah, you know, it's like, even with Anastasia, you know, he came into that conversation not willing to hear her out. He was mad, and he was like, so are you here for me, yes or no? And she was like, of course I am. Like, yes, I am. You know, it's like he came to Kat with being like, the just sheer look of disappointment and being like, so
what? You wanted to leave?
Yeah, like,
you're not sure?
You said, I think so. And it's like, I guess I try to understand it from his side as well. You know, it's like, that probably wasn't the most reassuring thing to hear. But also, she's competing, you're not. You know,
she's being completely honest. And the way she even explained it was just honesty.
Yes.
And it's like not even bad, honestly. It's just like, that's actually valid, because I know every other girl there has probably felt those feelings too, but just won't admit it.
Exactly.
She was asked and she told.
And what's wrong to admit it? Like, I feel like in Bachelor, that's happened many a time.
Yeah.
Where people are like, I was just so much emotionally, like, I don't know if I can handle this. Like, you know, I've been prone to, which I understood what she was saying with the prone to running, but I'm like, that's not what you want as a wife.
I agree, that running point of, like, I always want to flee when something gets tough. It's like, so are you the kind of person when we're having to have a serious combo that just leaves the room and now nothing is, like, the tension is just going to keep building until it shatters?
Yeah, or it leaves the relationship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or just
it's like
walks
where you're
on
just
out.
like, I can't figure this out.
Over a debate of some sort, you know, like, it is kind of.
Like, so I understood what she was saying, but also it's like, she was trying to say, I typically run, but I'm not running now.
Right. That I'm just saying, like, that my thought process naturally kind of goes
there.
But
when she said that, that's where my head went. So I can only imagine that's
where
his
went.
Mine too.
Yep. And once again, she can't come back from that. When his mind is just done. Like.
Yep. And I think that is, once he's decided that the cord is cut, he's like,
it's cut.
He's just a little bit colder.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody on TikTok today talking about Zach, and it's such a good point that I've never thought of with him. Like, tell me one thing you know about him. Tell me one person. What's his job? Like, what's he like?
Sales.
Well,
After he roasted Greer.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have known.
No, never would have known.
The silence is loud, ladies.
The silence is deafening.
Yes. So it's like, she was just saying, like, she goes, I've watched Bachelor since, like, the beginning, since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And she's like, and every single thing, you know, it's like, there's kind of some sort of relevancy to them. Peter was, like, the pilot, and we really knew his family, you know, and it's like, and then you've got Matt James, who's a part of, like, the spring, or, like, the quarantine crew, friends with Tyler Cameron.
Yeah.
You know, he was into charity.
Yeah, we got, like, football players.
Yes.
Like, former football players.
It's like even that. Clayton, we knew about him and stuff. And she's just like, if I walked in and like she goes, now when you think back to the first episode, like no wonder Jesse was teeing so much shit up about him, you know? Like Jesse was constantly being like, here's facts about Zach. And then when he walks in and addresses the women, do you remember what he said? He goes, I'm just a guy that loves family and pizza.
So does every other Joe Schmo.
I think he even said football in there. Family, football, and pizza.
Perfect.
That sums you up.
Okay. And I even feel like even from the beginning, like, I mean, there's only so much you can say, but like, I even feel like the conversations he is having or like the words in the like serious moments he chooses are all the same.
Yes.
Like, or, you know, where it's just like, I felt comfortable and glad that you like, I don't know what it is, just the same things where I'm like, and like, from the girls that he's into when he's warm and fuzzy with them, when he's into them, definitely can see how their reactions are always, you made me feel safe and comfortable and like I can confide in you and like you're a safe space. But then I'm thinking, well, not for the girls that get dissed, but that he does that, he shuts off completely. It's like, actually, he is cold, dismissive, and arrogant. Yeah. Which is like, as a boyfriend, I would, if I'm dating somebody, I would like him to treat other girls that way. Or you know what I mean? Of like, not being just a crazy flirt and like breaking people's hearts.
Because I think, I mean, I'm calling it now, Katie's winning. I don't know, though. I don't know.
Or, Gabby.
I still think Katie. Like, when they were on their one-on-one, did you see how he was looking at her? When she was writing the note?
I know.
You know what I'm saying, right? He was given, you're my wife.
He's given, we are sleeping together fantasy suites.
Yes. Well, and also in that moment, which was funny, which it's like, she's like, let's, like, say facts about each other so we can, like, rapid fire. He chooses to go through Ancestry and say, in fact, when my family settled here in America, we changed our name from Shacklecross to Shallcross. And he's like, that's your fun fact?
And she goes, no, I love to hear that stuff. Love to learn that.
Well, I don't know what I guess I would have said, but it would have been like, not that, let me tell you.
Yeah, or like my thing with with these people, like, even Bachelor in general, of like that you ended an engagement and all this stuff, and like you can learn people's favorite colors or how they talk, like one-on-one on a date doing something fun, but it's like, I want to know what you're like with your friend group, like what you guys do if you guys go out to eat. What is the dynamic like at the dinner table? Like, you know, like,
did you catch the preview for next week with Ariel's brother?
No.
Where she's like,
I should have rewatched it. I had a meeting come up and I couldn't finish at like the last 2 minutes.
Yes. So in like the preview, it's like Ariel's brother goes in. What's my sister's middle name? What's my sister's birthday?
Oh.
And he has to sit there and say, I don't know. But he's literally saying he's like falling in love with her to everyone in the family. And I go, that's nothing that I've ever seen come up that I would literally be like, if I was ever the Bachelor, I'd be like, I need names and I need birthdays now before hometowns. Like that's such and those two things alone are the most basic fun fact about somebody. What's their middle name and what's their birthday? Oh man, gross.
That's
tough.
Yeah, and you'd think like I could see how that would get lost in like you getting to know everybody, but it's like he's got a valid point for asking that question and then you can't answer that.
Yeah.
Once again, the silence is deafening.
And she's even saying like my brother asked me in like some hard hitting questions. She goes, so I can only imagine what Zach's getting.
They're like more like logical about, or like, you know, I could see it being kind of like,
well, just like Ariel's demeanor alone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
She is so smart and like just under the radar, but like so smart and
calculating,
funny.
Like she's like reading the room, like she's
just
silent thunder.
Yeah, this week she's like, you know, I'm starting to feel a little anxious.
Yeah.
It's like as Kat's having a full-blown meltdown.
A little anxious.
Yeah, you know. And she is just like the most, even like the whole Kat situation where she's like, you know, about the whole respect thing. Yeah. You know, it's like, this is my moment. It's like respect is never the wrong moment or whatever she said, you know, where I'm just like, thank you, Ariel.
Oh my gosh. Has anybody checked in on Tajwan? Anybody checked in on Tajwan since that beginning?
I forgot. I hope not.
And I'm like, I wonder, I feel like they've got to give it a rest on that girl for every single season that they do for Bachelor in Paradise, I think. But I'm like, would be interesting on Bachelor in Paradise to bring her in and have a group of those girls and have them go out. I'd be like, I remember the way you treated me.
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
You were insecure.
Because she would then be the odd man out in Paradise because it'll be all the new people.
Yeah, right. And I think Brooklyn would be great on Paradise.
Yes, there are so many people that I think will be great on Paradise.
Totally. Even Greer, she's gonna nail it.
Oh, Kat too.
Yeah. Oh,
everyone's gonna love Kat because it's like, I think that like people weren't walking away from watching that being like, Kat's insane.
No.
You know, or like Kat's being dramatic. You know, it's like she was the only one really that got into any drama against the house. Yep. Like, you know, which that can mess with your brain.
And that was the turning point where he started voicing, like, things are off or things are different. And I'm like, it could be a coincidence or maybe the editing that they did, but, like...
Right, no.
After that, it was, like, I think
it was
internally
a
just
downhill.
spiraled for her.
Absolutely, because she's so in her head now.
Yeah.
And it's, like, that's the other thing. Someone was like, you know, like, they're emotionally, like, bleeding them dry, where it's, like, they think that they love him so much, you know? Because it's, like, you know, as, like, the Bachelors get chosen, as time goes on, I feel like, as the viewers, halfway through, we're like... Is he really all that? Even with the girls, too. You know, we're just like, is this somebody I need to be fighting for?
Yeah.
It's
Am
like,
I that infatuated with him? Like,
no. My favorite fun fact about Zach is that his uncle is Putty from Seinfeld. That's my favorite thing about him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was just a little weird.
Yeah.
And, like, he's so emotional after they all leave. It's like, give that to them there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, make them feel like a little bit more... important.
Yeah, like...
Or validated that you understand. Like, I think he did a good job sending Brooklyn home.
Yeah, totally. Because that was just... She just wasn't going to make the cut. She didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't that they didn't have a connection. It was just like, he's going to pick other girls before her.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to see, though, like, obviously, the girls' hometowns, but the girls that meet his family and, like, with his mom and, like, how that dynamic is going to go, like, who he sees with his family. Because I feel like that would, like, if he hears one wrong word from his mom or somebody about one of the girls, like... Is he gonna, like, flip that switch, too?
Yeah. And I don't know, like, it...
Because, you know, one wrong thing gets in his head and he, like, can't get over it.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like he is going to be very, very, very susceptible to how the hometowns go. Yeah. You know, like, if something is weird, Ariel's family is gonna throw him for a loop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do we know who's first, second, or third, or...
No.
Okay.
So that should be fun.
Yep.
That should be good.
Let's see where this takes us, I guess.
All right. That's our little Bachelor recap, short and sweet.
Yep. All right. Gossip of the week. Couple quick ones. Let's do Selena versus Hailey and Kylie, that drama. There's a million things to unpack. We don't need to go through it all.
No.
But obviously there's just, like, we all know the past beef with Selena and Hailey. But now more things are resurfacing. It all stemmed from...
The eyebrows. So, like, Selena got her eyebrows laminated. And they just, like, they were freshly laminated. And they were really, like, pushed up, straight up and down. And she posted it on her story, like, kind of making fun of herself about her eyebrows. And then Kylie posts, like, a up-close photo of her and her eyebrows. Not, like, this way. Like, not intentionally. It was just, like, this area of her face. And then she tagged Hailey. And people were like, are you making a dig at Selena because of the whole... Because, I mean, it was, like...
the timing, I guess, of it. Like,
yeah, because it was really close in timing. And the thing is...
What does Hailey have to do with that photo? Like, with Kylie? Like, what is the... What's the inside joke there, if there is one?
That's the piece, everybody. I feel like this could have been squashed so easily if that was explained.
Yeah.
Because she was just like, it's just a coincidence. But it's like...
Kylie was like, commented like, I have no idea. I didn't even know that Selena posted that, like, or anything. And then Selena was like, no, totally all good. Like, love you, Kylie. Like, I'm a fan of Kylie. But then she's going the opposite on some of her other posts of, like, I don't know.
Well, because, like, Kylie never even, like we just said, she never elaborated. If I was Kylie and this was festering like it was, I would have been like, we're talking about this.
Yeah.
What's the point of the eyebrow Hailey post? I don't get it. And then, like you said, Selena's acting like everything's good. But then on all these TikToks of, like, random people talking about the drama, taking Selena's side, she's like, love you so much.
Yeah.
Love you, girl.
Commenting and liking old posts, like, on social media of like
Jolena edits.
Yeah, Jolena edits, like, of old ones of that her and Justin, and she's commenting, like, sad emoji. Like, why are we doing that?
I don't get it.
It's definitely everybody's a little bit guilty in their own ways.
Yeah.
Of, like, I thought we squashed this.
Right. And then on top of that, it was like the beef with, like, who's going to be the most followed person on Instagram, Kylie or Selena, Kylie or Selena. And then it's like Selena bypasses Kylie, and then it's like, my mental health, I need to get off of social media. But she just gets off of Instagram, not TikTok.
Right.
Which, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, all of it happening at one time.
There's a lot. And it's
There's a lot.
And I definitely, like, there are so many things where I'm like, I get Selena's point, but then I also get Hailey's point where people are reaching on both, like, trying to make shit up. But, like, Hailey used the same stylist as Selena, then the same makeup artist.
Well, they have the same J tattoo behind their ear.
Yeah.
Which it's like, it's Haley's husband.
Haley,
whatever
she's
you
allowed
want.
to get that. Like, yeah.
But it's also just, like, same spot, same font. That's weird.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I'm on Selena's side with that.
Yes.
Like,
and then there was, like, I mean, like, the conversations and interviews.
Which I feel like that's stupid. Like,
I think that's so stupid
too.
The
same responses they had are generic responses anybody would use in that. Like, what do you want people to know about you?
It came from my heart. I want them to know my heart.
Yeah.
And she says, I want them to know my heart.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing.
Like, I think that one's, like, voided. Oh, also, I saw a random, somebody put a timeline together where I go, damn, they're good. But, like, where I go, I don't know, actually. Like, if these girls are actual mean girls, then I wouldn't put it past this being true. But I don't know. Like, but so somebody had said, so back when, so like when Selena and Justin had gotten back together or whatever, that most recent time, and then when they had like broken up, or when they said like Hailey was then spotted with him, and they were like, is that overlapping with Selena? Like after they had just been spotted together, whatever.
Yep.
Whatever event it was that Selena was, or that Hailey was going to, and where she met Justin, or like where those photos came from of her and Justin together, she had, so Hailey's best friend or whatever at the time, Bella Hadid. I think it was Bella or Gigi. I want to say Bella, but not friends with Selena at all. Friends with Hailey. Invites Selena on a trip, like out of the country, during that like that whatever event was going on where Hailey, because
so that they
Selena and Justin were rekindling, and then there's this event that's about to happen, and Hailey wants to go. Justin is going. Bella takes Selena out of the country to some other random trip to like go with, and that's when Hailey and Justin were spotted together, all like cuddling up. And there's a couple other points to it that I go, oh. Well, like they weren't friends. And she randomly invites her on this like girls trip. Like, but Hailey doesn't go. But then Hailey, and that's where Justin and Hailey, I go, wow, if they are.
Wow.
If this is true, damn.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but also seems like it's reaching.
Yes.
Like, you know.
Well, I saw this clip. So it was like right when Hailey and Justin like got married. And she's on Jimmy Fallon. And she's talking about like, I didn't even know when I met Justin that he was like famous. Like I didn't even know like he was.
We've seen all of the clips of her in the background with her dad.
I was just
staring at him on the red carpets.
As if literally her dad didn't go backstage, get the VIP pass at the Forever, like whatever. What was his Forever tour where he wore the purple and the white?
Yeah.
He's in the purple and the white, and it's like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I don't even.
It's just
It's just a bold-faced lie that you didn't know he was like
top
tier.
Rock. Everybody around the world knew who he was growing up, and upset. Like there is, he is number one. And your dad gets you into these parties. You're on the red carpet, and you don't know him.
Yeah.
You don't live under a rock, so there's that.
Absolutely, and it's like Hailey is our age. We all found out about Justin at the same time.
Own it, sister. Be like, I was obsessed and I secured the bag.
Because literally he goes, were you a believer? And she goes, I didn't even really like know that he was like famous really when we first met. Like he was just like, would come over to my house and he was just like a friend. You know, I didn't even really get it. And I go, sister, come on, who were we fooling here? We all knew. What do you mean?
Oh my God. And then did you see how like as this was all going on social media, with Kylie and everything, all of a sudden Tyga, or not Tyga, but that's another one, but which also could work with this, but Travis Scott, all of a sudden headlines on police trying to find Travis Scott for his like he was armed at something, or I don't know, he brought a gun somewhere, something fucked up, but you know, all over, like, can't find Travis Scott. And they're like, Kris Jenner is doing a number. Being like, let's get this off of Kylie. Travis, you're up. Like, and now Tyga, get on in here. Apple, mod son.
Dude. And I would just like to quickly point out the common denominator of all these people, Justin.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are you nowhere to be seen while your wife's getting annihilated, your ex is getting annihilated?
I don't need you commenting on a trolls thing. Like, I saw one of those, but it was old, of him commenting a paragraph to a troll. But it's like, I need you to do a public service announcement.
Yes. And it's like, just simply saying, you know, I love my wife.
I stand with my wife. End of that. End of conversation.
Literally, it doesn't need to be a paragraph.
Selena, stop commenting on other shit and making this narrative.
Or just because it's like, he is so known to just like pop off on social media, and it's like, but when it comes to your wife, you're not saying anything.
You were that mad at H&M for putting your face on their clothes and just drag their shit through the mud.
Yeah.
You were that pissed. Don't buy H&M's shit. It's trash. Mm-hmm. But not when your wife even is going on a podcast, Call Her Daddy, to talk about how much this has affected her.
Yeah, and how much she gets ruined.
And it's still happening. And the only thing that fixed that for a blink of an eye was her and your ex having to get a photo together.
Right.
That shouldn't have to even happen.
No.
I ain't getting pictures with exes. What are we doing there? I could give less of a shit. It's like, Justin, you need to just end it. Like, one final mic drop.
Yes. And it's just like, I don't know. And then I woke up this morning and there was like who knows if it's real, because obviously everyone's speculating, but it was like a clip of like Hailey like moving
Things
stuff
out
of Justin's house, out of their house.
Potential divorce, which, oh my gosh, it's like, because everybody in the past week too or whatever has been talking about, like, if they ever got divorced,
Selena,
guarantee him and Selena end up spotted together at some point.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt.
It's giving J-Lo and Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Like, the lovers that you never got over.
Yep. And, but now that it's like almost everybody putting that into fruition, it's like, oh, are they getting a divorce? Like, this is happening. Like, we're all talking about it. Normally it's like just all hearsay.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I feel bad though. Like,
I do too.
You know, I don't want that
to
go poorly for them, and especially if I bet if they got divorced, though, it's not about the Selena shit.
No, I agree.
I think there's other issues, probably.
Absolutely, 100%. I can't imagine dating Justin.
I know.
Why does he give me the egg?
Like, yeah, they're like, you gotta take care of your baby boy.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you know, like
come here,
and
Mama's
like,
here, and it's like Justin.
He's throwing a tantrum.
Yeah,
you see that TikTok? A little fit. Yeah, yeah.
It's like mommy needs to do her makeup, Justin.
Yeah.
So
totally, that's why like speak up.
He does give man-child.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where we stand on the whole thing. I'm not Team Selena. I'm also not Team Hailey.
Yeah.
And Kylie, explain yourself.
Yeah. And whatever.
And then back out of this. It's like, you're too good for this stupid ass drama.
Totally. She's probably like, I'm embarrassed to have my name associated with this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next up, we've got Patrick Mahomes, Brittany Mahomes, and Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patrick doing nothing. He's being fine.
Oh, totally cool in my book.
Yeah, absolutely zero problems with him.
Jackson on the other hand.
The other two.
Jackson, on the other hand, he's been a problem. He's been annoying. And, you know, for a long time, you know, everybody's just, like, agreed to accept he's just the annoying little brother that's just, you know, has no boundaries. Really has no... lack of... He's got to be not self-aware. Like,
it's got to be, yes, 100%. Zero self-awareness.
He's always doing random stupid social media shit and like just not reading the room
and
tone deaf.
Literally making Patrick just
embarrassing the shit out of him.
Yeah,
like straight up
24/7.
And honestly, a little bit, his wife isn't helping with that either. She's enabling it.
Yes,
but we have different points for each.
Yes. So let's start with Jackson. So the reason that we're even bringing this up is because Jackson right now is having some sexual assault allegations against him. For forcibly kissing the owner of a bar when he was out.
Yeah, on like camera.
On camera. Where it's like office. He is manhandling. Like literally grabs her by like the throat and the face.
Swiftly behind her. Yeah, watch the video and
just kind of like grabs her and you can tell she like stumbles back and it's like she came out and said like she had no idea he was doing that. She felt really uncomfortable, you know, and it's like
it's definitely, you can tell how stiff she is as he's like, but there's no room for her to even move, like grabbing her head, her neck, like behind her, and he's towering over her, like, and then she's thrown off guard, she's stiff as a board, and then like wiping her mouth afterwards, and he comes back around to the other side and does it again with the same chokehold thing.
Where it's like, you could tell based on the wiping alone, it's like, never do I kiss Brett and be like, ugh, nasty, like, wiping her mouth, like,
yeah, she's like fidgeting,
because it's like, you know, he was slobbering all over, drunk as hell. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not a good look. And it's just kind of like, what else are you doing that isn't on videotape or like that you could potentially do someday because you think you walk on water?
Absolutely.
Because of your brother, you know?
And it's like players from, you know, Kansas City are coming out being like, absolutely disgusting. Like, you make yourself and our league look so bad because it's like everyone looks at you and thinks Patrick.
Absolutely.
And it's like, I get that. You can live your own life and do your own shit, but so does everybody else. It's like, you know, nobody thinks Travis Kelce is an absolute angel that never parties. And like, it's like, that's fine.
And you can be wild, but it is kind of like, people are watching you. You know, it's like you
and they're watching you because they're watching Patrick.
Exactly.
You know, it's kind
so
of like,
it all comes back to Patrick and
like
the Chiefs.
Addison Rae.
Yeah.
And her family. It's like, watch yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
You're making her look so bad because they don't think whoever, I don't even know their names. What are their names? Cheryl? Something? Sherry and
Monty?
Oh. You know, it's like, I don't even know them. So I'm thinking Addison Rae's parents.
Absolutely. And now everybody's looking at Addison.
Yep, and Patrick Mahomes' brother.
Yeah, so not a great look. We'll keep posted on that.
Yeah.
But I think he needs a reality check.
I hope she presses charges.
Yeah, well, he needs to...
And get your bag, girl.
Just know that, like, there are consequences for things.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't get that. Like, that there's any consequences for anything he does.
I think he thinks my brother is...
Everybody wants me. Why wouldn't she want to make out with me?
No, yeah. It's like, does she know how famous I am?
To get every girl to kiss you, do you have to grab their neck and face and, like...
Literally
rough them up?
Like, literally, she's like back...
And you have to sneak up from behind?
Excuse.
No, thank you.
One thing that was not seen in that clip is consent.
Yeah, I'd like some audio.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then, let's see. Oh, Brittany. Our point on Brittany. So, you saw something else though recently, right?
No. When we were talking about this earlier... I know that everybody shits on Brittany, but I'm like, and I've seen the things that come out about her, like, you know, her posting and like doing the champagne and getting it on people, and then also, you know, like
being tone deaf as well, like
being tone
kind
deaf.
of like buddying up or doing similar things that Jackson is doing, and like just
but not nearly as bad.
No, not nearly as bad. And
you
I've
know,
heard
like,
it's like
people were literally roasting her for doing the champagne bottle over the people.
I know.
And it's like, yeah, I get it. You don't want champagne on your head. As if anybody that just won the Super Bowl down there gives a shit. But regardless,
and if people's
it's like,
main issue with her are how crazy she's being in the suites when she's watching the game. She is and you're telling me the man down there with the crazy cheese hat and like painted belly
and
isn't a crazy fan? It's like that's her husband.
And not only are they just like husband and wife, that she's like new to this, it's like they're high school sweethearts. They grew up together.
She's been cheering him on his whole life.
It's like, I think people just...
He's number one. I'd be losing my shit too.
And it's like, I think because her and Jackson will post together, they loop her in with him. It's like, when she was stepping on that part of the field that was like supposed to be like a memorial or something, you know, it's like...
a little tone deaf, but like, I don't think it was malicious. Like, she did it maliciously.
But is she like, oh, I'm going to stomp on the grass? Yeah. You know, it's like, screw this dude. What? Yeah. No, of course not.
Yeah, and I think like people get extra bugged with her because especially like if you're not a Chiefs fan, it's just like she's the extra annoying like mosquito in your ear that's like rubbing the wound in.
Absolutely. She's constantly like,
but she's allowed to be. She's not doing anything wrong.
Absolutely. She's like, we're the best. And they are.
That's my husband out there.
They just won the Super Bowl
for the second time.
And he's like, I was seeing something like comparing him to Tom Brady, which obviously Tom Brady is a GOAT, whatever. But like in the amount of time that Patrick has been, I think it's like he's played in the NFL for 3 years and he's won 2 Super Bowls. So, you know, it's kind of just
he's
like...
up there.
He's up there. So it's like...
and like, she came out recently like kind of pissed because I think it was like the Joe Rogan podcast or something. These guys were, you know, older men. Were definitely, like, when I listen to it, I can see both sides of, like, I can see why she's pissed, like, because the way they talk about her, like, as if she's not her own person, and, like, you know, it's like, oh, well, his wife, Mahomes' wife, like, somebody, like, they were just, like, dogging her, and, like, how crazy she is, and they're definitely, the point for them is, like, they are Seahawks fans, so it's, like...
Or Eagles.
That's what sorry. They are Eagles fans, so it's, like, they're not gonna, like... the person that's screaming the loudest for the other team. Like, it's like Brittany has to understand that, like, if you're screaming, you are that crazy of a fan, which you're allowed to be because that's your husband.
Right.
But people that don't like that team are going to be annoyed that you're the loudest person. You know, people are going to be pissed.
Right.
And it's like, but the way that they're like somebody get his wife, get that girl. I hated it. I really was grossed out at the way they were talking about her.
Yeah.
And like Dave, obviously, when I listened to Dave Portnoy's reaction to it, like, he had the point of like, well, they're allowed to be pissed. They're Eagles fans or whatever, you know? And like, that's just that's how those guys talk. But I'm like, from a girl's perspective, I'm like, you can have that same conversation without acting like I'm just somebody's pawn, like, wife. Yeah, like I'm also a person. I'm making my decisions. I'm like, why the Amazon like, little girl? Yeah. Right, boy.
It's like, you know her name.
Yeah, exactly. They would not say it. Like, you know where I'm like, okay. And I don't know. They could have definitely, I could see them also behind closed doors taking that on a route I wouldn't think was respectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it already wasn't. And I go, okay, I don't want to hear what you say behind closed doors.
Absolutely, because God forbid a woman be excited about her husband's team when men absolutely,
like I said,
act a fool. They literally get in fights, drunk, embarrass the shit out of themselves, literally scream at each other, fight.
But streak the field.
Yeah, but that's A-okay out here.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Because it's like, that's genuinely, earlier I was genuinely asking, like, what has she done?
Just annoy people, rub them the wrong way a bit. Other than that, but she's got the right to. Like,
absolutely. And it's like, I literally, when the Super Bowl was happening this year, I literally saw a football player doing the exact same thing. He was in the suite, pop the champagne, it's getting all over everybody.
Yeah.
That's not in the news.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's like the difference with like the aggressive, like annoyance online, like, or whatever, it's like between Brittany and Jackson is that like Brittany is like fully paying attention and present for the game that's happening. Like, what she's annoying about is being crazy for the game.
Yeah.
Jackson, during the games, is doing his stupid shit. Like, he's totally,
posting
like...
TikToks, literally getting all the attention, make it about me.
They're literally interviewing Patrick on the field, and Jackson's behind him like,
I know.
What are we doing? I'm like, that's different.
No.
You know, where I'm like, you aren't just, like, happy for your brother. You are taking this on a weird route, sir.
Absolutely.
Boy.
Yeah, boy. Nasty. Literally, nasty man.
No, it's like...
That's what I'm saying. I can't stand that type of like dude energy.
Oh,
because it's like
it's ick, major ick.
And it's the fact that it's about football. Like, you know, it's like, how dare she be such a crazy fan?
Yeah, no shit.
How dare she?
Yeah, like
it's only her husband she's known since she was 10. Stand him,
Brittany. Give her some grace.
Yeah, jeez, leave her alone.
Besides, like, if she does tone deaf shit, but like, I mean, other than like,
but like I said,
being a super fan is fine.
It's like that you're asking to be, you know, like literally burned at the stake on Twitter and Instagram. Like, I'm going to stand on this spot that's not meant to be stood on. You know, it's like, and how much shit's going on at the game, all the people around, it's like, I would easily see myself.
You're celebrating
like,
with champagne, spraying it. That's the whole point, is you spray the champagne. She didn't smash the bottle over their head. You know, it's like, she's not assaulting people.
No, and they're like the other dude, they go, oh my God, we just won the Super Bowl. What are these drops on my head?
Yeah, weird. Yeah. Nobody else around me is flinging their beers.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I fully, Adam doesn't drop it, fully spill at, when we went to the Chargers at the SoFi Stadium. It was like against, I want to say like the Bears or something, and their fan base was pretty intense. And there's like this group in front of me, this man, and we're on like, you know, we're up in the nosebleeds too. And it's, I jump up for like to cheer about one of the touchdowns or something, and I had a full margarita, and it splashed on the man in front of me, who was, you know, obviously we're not even on the same team. They're like really aggressive. I fully splashed it. He was fine, but it was like that. It was just really awkward. Like, and Adam won't grab me. Like, remember when he spilled it? Because it was really awkward, super awkward. Where he fully looked at me, and I was like, and it wasn't even a lot. Like it spilled on him, but like. He was pissed, but it's like...
Yeah. And that's the worst. I mean, I've spilled on people
I just think about it. I just think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
Accident.
Yeah. But it's like spilling's like your game.
That's why I don't want to drop it. But it's like, it was just like the awkward of all of us looking as his group turned to look at me, and we're standing up cheering, and I'm like, did that get on you?
Oh,
anyways,
no.
Irrelevant. And that's a wrap. So make sure to subscribe, leave a review.
And we will see you snitches next week for another gossip update. When we were... talking really fast, actually. Like, imagine we're actually talking.
It's
the fact that you could have said words and you chose to...